With Teddy Smith, WPAT New York. And that reminds me of the Four Seasons 1969 music. I want to welcome Joe Long, who's here. Hey, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. I want to welcome you here to the show. Happy holidays to you.
And you too. Great being here.
And what did you enjoy most about performing with Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons?
The money, I guess.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. We got to play for so many people, and we got to see the world. But more than that, we made music, and you know that's the important thing, Ted. Making music.
The whole thing is this is like a lot of history
all of
going
South
on
Jersey,
here.
all of Jersey, New York, and on the internet at
That sounds good. I hear myself talking. I hear myself like in about 5-second delay. That's live radio. Anyway, Joe, you have a wonderful group you brought in here today, the Jersey Four.
Yep.
And you have some of the people maybe you'd like to introduce that are here today.
I do, yeah. I was lucky enough to meet this group from New Jersey. They're a Four Seasons tribute band, and they do a great job, Ted. And I brought with me tonight the two co-leaders of that band, Joe Salento and
Hey,
Tony
Joe.
Newell. They're here with us tonight.
Hey,
and,
guys.
you know,
Hey, guys.
maybe we can get a chance to get some insight from them later on.
I hear you're going to be in a movie soon. Joe Pesci, is it? Robert De
Well,
Niro?
no. I wish I was in a movie with Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci's body double, Stanton, who's in the movie, the current movie, The Irishman, wrote a screenplay. It's entitled "Does the Band Eat?" It's a great story. It's a fun story, and he made a movie, but he's got De Niro and Tribeca behind it, and Pesci and Pacino are also pulling some strings, you know, for whatever that's worth. And we're looking for some kind of release in first quarter of 2020 at Tribeca initially, and then hopefully Netflix is also interested. So we'll see where it goes.
What was it like working with Bob Crew?
Crew, Ted. There are very few geniuses in the world, but Crew was one of them. Just an amazing, amazing man. Didn't write he wrote music, but not on paper. He couldn't read notation, but it didn't matter. Everything was in his head, and he could hear a record before it was ever made. He knew whether it was going to be good, and he knew what to do with it. So working with Bob was for me at least, was like going to school.
I know it's been a memorable time for you with the Four Seasons. I know there's so many stories you could tell, and probably have many series right here on the radio here at WPAT. One specific story or memory of performing with Frankie Valli and Bob Gaudio and Nick Massey and Tommy DeVito. What could you share with us tonight of something that comes to your mind right now? That
Well,
you know.
I guess the first thing that comes to my mind was we toured with Frank Sinatra. My idol from the time I was old enough to know what music was all about.
Birthday's next week, next Thursday.
And, he'd be about 190 right now.
But anyway, growing up, he was your idol? I mean, he was your mentor?
Absolutely. Sure, he was my idol. You know, and then we were doing a show down in Miami Beach at the Fontainebleau. It was actually an NARRM show in the big room. And Frank was we were in the convention hall, and Frank was in the big room. So after our show, Frank came to hear us, by the way. And after our show, Gaudio thought it would be nice if we went to hear Frank. So he and I went to the show. And when Frank did his iconic "I've Got You Under My Skin," Gaudio said, "I think that would be a good song for us." And I said, "Bobby, you've got to be kidding, you know." And a couple of days later, I got a call from him. He said, "Come up to my house. I got something I want you to hear." And he had the "Never Win." He had that in his mind. So we worked on it. We called Crew. He came over, and then we recorded it as an homage to Frank.
See all these wonderful songs that you're on all these great YouTube videos. I'm looking at all of them right now.
Yeah.
Boy, you look wonderful. Even now, then, today.
Teddy, you don't have to say that, man. I know I look like a mess over here, but it's nice of you to say that.
And working with these great icons, these great people. I mean, working with Bob Gaudio, it was just amazing, you know, for all the years that you worked with Bob Gaudio, and just fabulous times and fabulous history.
Absolutely,
Probably going through these days.
I think my best recollection of Gaudio was in the studio. I learned a lot from Bobby, the mechanics of being in the studio, and the dedication that it took to play records, to record. Because you know you can't mess up. You know, if you mess up, you got to go back to the beginning again.
Well, we're gonna play a song. I'm just hit by my producer. He says you gotta play "I've Got You Under My Skin." Anything you want to share about that particular song? I know it's a very, very important one.
Yeah, my favorite record, by the way, Ted. And prior to Skin, I guess we were like a typical rock group. You know, the kids loved us. The adults didn't know who we were. We released "I've Got You Under My Skin," and suddenly parents hearing their kids playing the record said, "I know that song. You know, that's from Sinatra and Cole Porter back in the '30s." And as a result, more older people began to listen to the band. We found ourselves playing more of the big nightclubs like the Empire Room at the Waldorf, Coconut Grove in L.A., Rooster Tail in Detroit. So that one song, took us into a whole new level of appealing to a cross section of the audience rather than just one specific element.
Well, let's play it right here now,
Hey,
WPAT,
yeah,
an
great.
MRBI radio station.
Thank you.
Rob, hit it.
Under my skin.